Okay, so imagine that f of x is 2x minus 3, and that g of x is x squared minus 1. Functions, just like numbers, can be added and subtracted and multiplied and divided and squared and all sorts of things. So we are going to find the sum, the difference, the product, the quotient of two functions. And I think you're going to find it pleasantly easy. So let us find f plus g of x. And notice the notation, because in the future, if you were asked like a test question or something to find this, we need you to know that that means the sum of the two functions and not the composition, which we're doing next. So f plus g of x means that you take f of x and you take g of x and you add them together. What a horrible way to leave an answer. It's not even in standard form. So let's put it in standard form. X squared plus 2x, negative 3, negative 1, that would give me a negative 4. It's almost too easy, right? Let's find f minus g of x. That means you take f, 2x minus 3, and you subtract g. Notice there's parentheses. That's because I'm subtracting the whole function. If you don't put parentheses in there, you end up subtracting only the first term of g, which would be wrong. And we don't want that. So use parentheses. What a horrible way to leave an answer. Let's clean this up. This would be a negative x squared plus 2x minus 2, distributing the negative sign. Let's find fg of x. That means that you take f and you take g and you multiply them together to find the product. So it's a binomial times a binomial. That means you've got to do use the distributive property, or as you commonly call it when it's binomials, FOIL. So the first terms would give us 2x cubed. The outer terms would give us a minus 2x. The inner is a minus 3x squared. And the last a plus 3. You know what's coming next, right? What a horrible way to leave an answer. It's not even in standard form. Yada, yada, yada. 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x plus 3. It's pretty mellow stuff, isn't it, Bartholomew? Pretty mellow. F divided by G. That's a powerful one. Is that Amelia? That was Amelia's phone vibrating. She's in trouble now. The quotient, f divided by g, that means that you take f and that you take g and you divide them. You know what? That's not a bad way to leave an answer. The top and the bottom are even in standard form already. How about that? If there were common factors, I would cancel them, but there's not. I could factor x squared minus 1. I could factor into x plus 1, x minus 1, but nothing would cancel with the top, so I would leave it. The only thing I would say is that plus and minus 1 is not in the domain, because just let's make that clear. We don't want catastrophic failure. So let's just say x is not plus or minus 1. So we have taken the sum, the difference, the product, the quotient of two functions and found out that it was a pretty easy thing to do, right? I can't even make that one any harder. So let's move on to compositions. I like compositions. I'm not sure why. I just think they're pretty cool.